So here we have a scenario where Bitcoin is cooling off and the meme tokens are taking over. They're the biggest gainers over the last 24 hours. So let's pay a little bit of attention to these. Let's also have a look at Shiba Inu as well in today's video and see what is precisely going on. Now, if you enjoy the content today, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification and check out the pinned comment below for access to my Patreon. Here we go then. So over the last 24 hours, we're seeing the crypto market cap down 1.7%. We shaved off over $100 billion of total market cap. In the same period of time, the meme coins here are up 21% on average, the biggest moving category in crypto right now, which is absolutely hilarious, will infuriate many, I am sure. However, there is a silver lining to this if you're not allocated in this market. Typically, the meme tokens moving precedes an alt season. And the main meme getting the spotlight right now is Shiba Inu. This one was up over 50% just earlier, and now it's retraced due to Elon Musk having his fingers in the pie here on the meme tokens. But as you roll through this list, there's some absolutely hilarious names. Doge Elon Mars is one of my favorites. And of course, Safe Moon Inu as well. Some of these posting up like 300% gains, 200% gains, over 100% gains over the last 7 days. So let's have a little look at this market. So Dogecoin, the leading indicator for Altseason. The 8-year-old altcoin seems to be a bellwether for altcoin rallies every time it pumps. So this was a post back in May, suggesting that when Dogecoin pumps, we then see an altcoin season afterwards. So let's have a little look at the data here. But what I believe has happened is we've had a bit of a change in guard here, and people are now looking to Shiba Inu as almost a leverage position on Doge, and this one now seems to be taking the mantle and moving earliest. It's already had one pump in October, and now it's having a second just as of this weekend. So here is the first chart, July 2020. The orange line is the total altcoin market cap, and then the blue line is the price of Doge. As you can see around July 6th here, Doge started to get some real momentum and a huge spike up over the next couple of days. And what happened? Well, this huge move here from Doge preceded what was a huge altcoin rally. Over the next maybe 2.5 weeks, we saw the altcoin market cap go up from roughly $100 billion all the way up to $130 billion. So on that occasion, it definitely preceded a big alt move. And then again here in early 2021, we had another big move here from Dogecoin. This was around the 26th of January. It went off like an absolute rocket. And then what happened after this consolidation for altcoin market cap? It started to really move. So this was the bellwether for the altcoins. And it does suggest that a meme token like a Doge or a Shiba precedes an altcoin season. Now let's have a little look at SHIB. And what does this mean? Why would a meme coin precede an alt season? Well, it kind of tells you exactly how the market is feeling. It's showing that people are feeling exuberant, they're willing to take risks, and there's also going to be new market participants as well. Because typically the people who are investing into these cryptocurrencies are new to the industry, and they're people who are just in here to make a nice quick return. They're not so much investors, but kind of the tourists to the market. But why do people pick up Shiba specifically? Well, it has such a stupidly low cost per coin here. It's 0.00039 of a cent. So you could buy 10 million of these tokens for just $395. So when people come to the market and they see Bitcoins are like $60,000 and they can't afford to buy a whole one and they don't really want to buy a fraction, people like to own whole things. Well, I can own 10 million of these, and then my moon math tells me, well, if this goes to $1, which you'll see plastered all over YouTube, then I'll have $10 million. I'll be rich. I'll be able to retire. And that's the kind of mentality that people have behind these. And it's also like you're buying a dream here. You're buying a $10 million dream, and you don't really want to sell that dream. So oftentimes we'll see that these coins pump like mad, but not many people actually take their profits. So now we have SHIB, market cap of $18.6 billion and rank number 11. And we're seeing a bit of retail FOMO here, which is very good to see. And it does indicate that increased risk taken in the market overall. So now if we look here over the last 24 hours, we had this epic pump. We've gone up from roughly 3,200 all the way up to around 4,400 here, and then a bit of a sharp decline. So funnily enough, one of the Shiba Inu accounts here posted, hey, at Elon Musk, how much SHIB are you holding? And he just shut them down with none. So this posted at 7:13 p.m. and around here, which was around 7:30, we saw the dump occur. So a drop of around 20% from its price wiped off due to the Elon FUD in this case. So Elon still has his way with the meme tokens and was able to dump Shiba Inu here. But many people were FOMOing into this one like crazy due to the fact they were seeing the price go up. When number go up, people get very interested in cryptocurrencies. It's almost the best marketing tool for them. People like to FOMO into things and then sell into fear, the total opposite of what you should be doing. But if we just look at this chart here, over the last 14 days, over the last 30 days even, you're going to see a clear signal here that this does want to push a lot higher due to the fact this has an unbelievable community behind it, a lot of investors and a lot of clout on social media. So I would expect this to continue a bit higher. I don't know whether you can get 100x, 1000x on this one like people are actually suggesting on YouTube right now. Some of these accounts that are total moon boys and they just pretty much dedicate themselves to the Shiba Inu cause. But there is still a high likelihood that you will see some good returns out of investing into a cryptocurrency like this. So what's real and what is fake about Shiba Inu? Well, a lot of it is just hype. As I mentioned, lots of social media accounts posting speculative things. Shiba to $1, Shiba to 10 cents is a very popular thing to see on there. If Shiba went to $1, its market cap would actually be greater than the whole world GDP, so literally impossible. But then we have these kind of speculative what ifs. So one of the ones that is doing the rounds is the whole Robinhood edition. That Robinhood, which is adding a crypto wallet to its list of products, may actually go ahead and list Shiba Inu. And they have over 30 million investors on there. And so you would see some money inflows into the Shiba Inu token. But this is a lot of speculation. This is not confirmed by anyone of note, but consistently they're getting news headlines, and you're seeing a variety of different mainstream medias like the Sun, you're seeing the Daily Express here in the UK. All these traditional media outlets are enjoying the fact that they're getting a lot of clicks by just talking about Shiba Inu because it has a huge community. And I think this just helps further perpetuate the move into this cryptocurrency and adds to the FOMO when you're seeing it actually covered by mainstream media and by a lot of news outlets here. Of course, they're just after clicks though. So this for me goes into the category of pure speculation. There's nothing really solid in this, but what they do have is an actual product with Shiba Swap, and this does genuine volume. So over the last 24 hours on their SHIB to ETH pair here, they did over $112 million and took roughly $338,000 in fees. So unlike most meme tokens that have no utility, they just go for the whole community element, just want to get people on board as moon boys. Well, this one actually does have some working products behind it. So that is pretty cool. And the team who actually run this as well are clearly well rehearsed in marketing their products, as this is literally plastered all over social media. I can ask my girlfriend about this one. She's heard of this one, but she hasn't heard of, for example, Aave, one of the DeFi primitives. So it goes to show you that these meme tokens can have a lot of value, but that value is typically driven by their community. Now, in terms of community, how many holders do they have? They have 771,000, and this increased by 1% over the last 24 hours. So what we see here is that these periods of FOMO, these periods of news coverage and price exploration from this, it broke previous all-time high, sees a lot of people re-enter the market here and buy some. So this count here of the number of holders just shows its strength growing and growing and growing. If you looked at some of the other top altcoins, for example, just below it is Terra Luna. It has like 20,000 holders. So clearly a meme token can capture a bigger market share of participants than typical cryptocurrencies. But I would suggest most people going into these cryptos are going in with less size than your average crypto investor who has a bigger portfolio to play with when making actual investments into the type of projects they believe are the future of finance. And what else is real here? Well, there are whales actually slurping this up. And I think this goes to show that people who have been in this industry for a while understand that these meme tokens genuinely have value. We live in an age now where memes are valuable. They're kind of the new wave of comedy. A good meme gets spread far and wide and seen by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of eyeballs. Everyone knows your typical, Michael Jordan crying meme or your Michael Jackson eating popcorn meme. And this is just the culture of this new era. So although it can be a little bit annoying when you see these meme tokens popping off and outperforming your typical portfolio, well, there is value behind this. The meme economy is real. So when you see $43 million flowing into one of these SHIB coins, you know that there is some serious investment behind all the noise as well. And in addition to this, they've also been added over on Abracadabra Money. So this is one of the projects run by Daniel Sester. And this is where you can take your crypto, use it as collateral to take out a stable coin loan. So you can actually now use SHIB. This was added just yesterday. And so SHIB holders have a way of leveraging themselves, and they can do this with a maximum collateral ratio of 70%. So if you've got like 100 grand in Shiba Inu, you can take out $70,000 worth of magic internet money, the stable coin, and then you could probably just go ahead and buy even more SHIB to get extra long on it. But being added to one of the hottest DeFi projects of the year is definitely a good thing for Shiba's overall adoption level and utility of the token as well. So again, we're seeing this starting to be used in different protocols. We're also seeing a daily trading volume of over $13 billion. This is going to attract eyeballs, and this is going to mean that its popularity can only grow from here. Once it kind of hits this escape velocity and they've got this network effect behind it, these things can just continue to surprise you and continue to grow. Now, most new retail investors find their way to Coinbase. And over the last 24 hours, Shiba Inu was the biggest gainer, and it was also the most visited cryptocurrency, which tells you a lot. If you go to the tradable tab and you find the cheapest price cryptocurrency on Coinbase, it is, of course, SHIB. So we can kind of see the mentality here and maybe one of the reasons why it's doing so well. Like I mentioned, you can afford to own millions of this token. So for most of this point, owning a Bitcoin is well out of reach. Owning one Ethereum is now out of reach as well. It's over $4,000. And most of the highly ranked altcoins have got like 50, 60, $100 price tags behind them. And so people maybe can only afford to buy a couple. Well, we as humans like to own large quantities of things. It's just the way our minds work. So when you come onto Coinbase and you can buy up 10 million Shiba Inu with your disposable income for the month, I think people are going to use this as kind of a gateway drug into the industry. And this also makes me think about potentially adding some AMP to my stack here, as this again is one of the cheapest altcoins on Coinbase, but it has some good tech behind it. Now, I saw this tweet a little bit earlier. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu have exposed the cryptocurrency asset class for what is a hype-driven speculation vehicle with zero intrinsic value, a farce of a bubble. Will end very badly for most. So what I like about this is that when you've got a crypto that's actually annoying people, it's going to do fairly well, because he's obviously been so annoyed here that he's made a negative tweet about it. And you know the saying, any press is good press. So maybe this guy with 23,000 followers here has now exposed the Shiba Inu token to those followers. And we saw this earlier in the year with the NFT hype wave. And if we look back to how annoyed investors got over the Loot protocol, do you remember just the 10 words written on a basic piece of paper, what it seemed as an NFT, just 10 words in a line, and they were going for like $20,000. These things annoyed people. And when you get something that annoys you and you start talking about it, well, the hate actually makes the project a bit stronger. So the amount of impressions that Shiba Inu, for good or for bad, is getting is absolutely unbelievable. But this bit here, I really do agree with, that investing in this will end very badly for most. And it goes to this, the bell curve here. So on the left-hand side, you have your plebs, your retail plebs, maybe new entrants into the market. I don't mean to be too harsh here, but people who are entering the market now typically aren't going to do that well. You then have the middle of the bell curve. Most of us, like me and you, who have a decent IQ, we've got an understanding of the market at this point. But unlike these guys, we're less willing to invest in the memes. So these are all about that moonshot. They're about Shiba going to $1 and then becoming overnight millionaires. Whereas us, we're like, there's no fundamentals here. It's probably not going to do that well. What's the long-term value behind this? And then you've got the 5,000 IQ guys on the right-hand side who, like these, are actually buying it up. But the main difference between your new retail pleb and your experienced crypto trader here, who are both buying up Shiba Inu, is that these guys will sell and use these guys as excellent liquidity from the market whilst they start to believe that $1 is possible. So I think what will end up here is we'll have a lot of holders of the Shiba Inu token and most of the memes. But for most people, they will see large profits on their P&L, but they will never actually realize those profits, and they will be dumped on during the back end of this cycle by the larger investors, the whales who are entering, buying $43 million worth of this cryptocurrency as they take their exit liquidity, as they've been here and done it all before. So Shiba Inu here, possibly starting off altcoin season. Has it replaced Doge as the flagship meme token here? I've seen a lot of speculation, people just moving their Doge into Shiba Inu over this weekend. Maybe it is the new Dogecoin. But as we've also seen, Elon Musk can pump and dump these meme tokens like crazy, and Shiba Inu definitely got the treatment this evening. Well, I hope you enjoyed this evening's entertaining episode here. If you did, make sure you like the video, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Goodbye.